Today we're going to talk about compassion in a self-centered world. In Matthew 22, verse 39, this is the King James Bible. And the second is like unto the other. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. There's no ifs, there's no if you want to, it's a statement that has nothing else connected to it. We need to think about what compassion is. We talk about compassion, we talk about what Jesus did. Jesus showed compassion, but we never look at how he did it. We didn't look at the actions, we just talked about what he did. Compassion is the ability to understand emotional state of another person and respond with care, generosity, affection, and concern. Compassion is a human quality everyone possesses, but it often remains underdeveloped due to selfishness, distraction, or fear. It might be best if we transition this idea to compassion is not just something we feel, it's something we practice. We need to practice compassion in all of our affairs. It needs to be integrated into who we are. Compassion begins when we refuse to attack somebody just because they disagree. People are going to disagree all the time, but that doesn't mean that we have the right to attack them or that we should attack them. That causes hard feelings. You don't have to agree to be passionate. It requires letting go, letting the other person speak fully, listening without interruption. We all probably could practice that. And receiving the entire message before responding. One of the things that the 12-step programs teach is that each person has a time to talk. And while they're talking, you are supposed to be listening. You don't talk over them. You learn to settle your mind and listen to what they say, rather thinking of how you're going to respond. You have to receive the entire message before you respond. It's a discipline. It's one of the disciplines that they practice in 12-step programs. A lot of people that are in other programs practice it. So look to discover shared grounds with the person by listening, even in disagreements, to share grounds. Practice empathetic listening. Empathetic listening means listening with your heart. What might they be feeling? Your instincts, what might is not being said. Your eyes, body language and posture. Your ears, words and tones. If you're listening to somebody, don't put anything in front of you so your subconscious can read their whole body language because that helps you. You don't have to agree, you only have to understand. We all come from different walks of life. We all look at things differently, and we have different ways of looking at it. And sometimes they might reveal why they're looking at things different than you. Choose to let your behavior reflect your values, regardless of how others show compassion. Compassion should show up always in ordinary moments. That's an important thing for you to remember. Compassion isn't something that's set aside over here. Compassion should always show up in your ordinary moments. Be encouraging. When people are hurting, we often try to fix them, force positivity. You should only look at the bright side of things. Just think your mother's in a better place now. Well, the truth is, they already know that. The truth is, they want their mother with them. That's the truth. A simple I'm sorry generally works better than trying to make them see that things have a positive effect to it. Compassion, compassionate encouragement avoids cliches. That's another thing we need to remember. Cliches are not a time when we go along and give them to people that are hurting. We need to be more aware than that. Affirm worth and dignity. Lack of compassion often comes from not paying attention. Compassion grows when we notice what's happening around us. Helping others improves how we see people. Be empathetic. It's one of the most important skills we can develop. And before you speak, wise people, before speaking, rather than reacting impulsively, because compassion is not passive. Compassion is intentional. You can withdraw it intentionally, you can give it intentionally. Compassion is not a passive way. It shows up in how we listen, how we speak, and how we act. So remember, no matter what your problem, God is still the answer. And if you trust in your Heavenly Father, He'll never let you down. God bless each and every one of you. Well, here we go again, trying to turn off the recorder. Oh.